Welcome to a Garage Geek 3-in-1. Today it's going to be comic and vintage book or science fiction book centered. Hi everybody, welcome. I just did a 3-in-1 I think yesterday or the day before, and here I am doing another one. So I hope you're game for sticking around and checking out what I have to show. The first segment is going to be my DCBS order. I got three epic collections, but the best one that I want to show off is this Invincible Iron Man, and this is number 6. Now, if you recall, the epic collections are not printed in order, but to this point, so they might print volume 16 and then volume 2. It's very random, but as of this time, we have epic collections 1 through 6, and that gives us a total run of Iron Man's 1 through 91. So as you can see, this one contains issues 68 to 91 in an annual. And like I said, this stuff is the gold. I mean, this is, to me, the 60s and 70s are the best stuff. I like 80s, but then once it gets into the 90s, it's very iffy. I was also very, very happy to finally get, because with DC, you never know if they're going to follow through with what they're going to print. So they printed the second edition of Jack Kirby's Commandy, and this takes us up to issue 40. Now, after issue 40, I believe Joe Kubert took over. I'm not sure about that, but Kubert is already doing the covers. In fact, in the last volume, he was doing some of the covers near the end, but the interiors are all still Kirby, which is very strange, as I'm not a fan of Kubert. I wasn't a fan of Kirby or Kubert when I was young, but I really, really like Jack Kirby's art a lot more now as an adult. I still have not warmed up to Kubert. It's not awful, but I think Kirby's art is way better. I got this Shutter magazine. I saw someone else show this off, but look at that. It's a cool cover. His bag is in blood. I can't wait to read this. Crowning glory of what I got was the second volume of Ice Cream Man, and I immediately started reading this. I've been looking forward to this. It's so good, right from the first issue. Now, the first issue is called Palindromes, and as it says here, you could read the issue backwards or forwards. You could start at the end and go backwards, or you could start from the beginning. I just think this comic is clever. Even if everything doesn't work, it's still pretty cool. Look at that. Look at that double page spread. It's a very interesting comic. And then the second one I read was actually pretty creepy. Strange, creepy. Oh, no, it was the third one. So I actually read 3. The second one was about a guy who does crossword puzzles. And then the third one was about a woman slowly going insane, like the same way her mother did. So far, only 3 issues in, and I love this series so much. I highly recommend it. If you haven't read the first volume, you really should, especially if you like modern horror. Next, I'm going to show the single issue comics that I bought just for the cover art. So here's a Jenny Frison art. Isn't that good? Look at that. So that's, of course, Harley Quinn number 34. I've got a bunch of facsimile issues. As you can see, I've really trimmed down how much I buy. I'm still buying all the facsimile issues, even though they're more expensive, because yeah, I used to have that original issue. And here's another one. They reprinted X-Men 141 and 142, which is, I believe, the entire Days of Future Past, which they based one of the X-Men movies off of. I couldn't pass up that art. I mean, look at that. Bondage, Damsel in Distress. I mean, and then look at that gorgeous art. All-Star Comics number 3, facsimile issue. Look at this gorgeous thing. I just want to stop and show you the interiors. I mean, they reprint it like the original. I mean, that's the whole point. It's the original art. Everything about it is so cool. Even the ads. Look at the back. These facsimile issues are gorgeous. Wonder Woman number 1. What an amazing comic to finally be able to own without having to break the bank. I mean, look at that. Wonder Woman number 1. Let's go ahead and flip through that. Look at that. Oh, I've actually never read this despite having it, so I need to jump on these and read them. Okay, here we got a Red Sonja cover. Look at that gorgeous art. This one I bought for the art, and I'm going to say, I don't know, Marvel always tricks me. I like that art, but when you compare the Marvel art versus the DC art, Marvel art, I don't know if it's the paper or what, but they always seem much duller. The art just doesn't pop. You know, you can't tell that online when you're looking at the covers, but I know this from experience. I might just stop buying the Marvel covers because they're not as nice. The paper quality is very thin. Yeah, they're just not as nice. Here we have I would guess the first Doom Patrol. It says no, Doom Patrol number 99, so maybe not. I don't know why that's a landmark issue, but I'm very happy to have it. The last four are my husband's, so Looney Tunes, Darkwing Duck, that's a cool cover. Hades number 4. I don't know if he appreciates Jay Lee art, but I love it. So I got him the Jay Lee version. And then this is Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. Now, I don't know if this is going to be good or not, but when I'm flipping through the interior, the art and the story looks fun. So I can't actually wait to read this. It's got all kinds of different monsters and heroes, and I bet it's just going to be a fun read. Next, I'm going to show off some books that arrived in the mail today, and all of them except one are Edgar Rice Burroughs. Now, I had a couple, and I threw them together. So I think I've shown like 2 of these already. So here is The Lad and the Lion and The Lost Continent. Now, I think I showed those before. But the rest, I think I had this one. I may have shown this one before too. But these are all Frazetta covers. So we got this one, Beyond the Farthest Star. And then you got some butt. Now, they all came with stickers, and I had to very meticulously remove them without trying to damage the spine. None of these books are in perfect condition. The Cave Girl. Carson of Venus, I'm sad about that, but otherwise the art, right, is intact and it's gorgeous. Lost on Venus. I'm not sure if that's Frazetta or the one guy before. I forget his name. Maybe they're doing it together. Here's The Lamb That Time Forgot. This is the one that I think that I just read. The Lamb That Time Forgot. Here's the back. The Oakdale Affair. I love this cover, but I don't think it's part of a series. It seems like different from the others. This one's a shame. This one's got like some bad cover damage that mars the art. The Eternal Savage. Yeah, it's just such a shame. This is the last Edgar Rice Burroughs. I mean that is not Tarzan. I Am a Barbarian. Look at that cool art. Here's some Jungle Tales of Tarzan. Now, this one does not look like Frazetta, and I think there's some kind of signature there, but I can't make it out. Jungle Tales of Tarzan. I wonder if that's short stories. I am not sure. So part 3 of this is I'm going to show off some Thor that I have in runs. Now, I actually looked through my Thor, and I actually have 3 runs of Thors. That would be from like a 10 to a 19 or 29 or 39, however it is. So I actually have 3. I'm only going to show 1 today, but in future videos, I'll have 2 more to show off. Now, the reason I have a lot of these is because I had a box of comics that never got sold, and a lot of them were Thor. This is issue number 220. It's a 20 center. And we've got For My Universe to Live, The God of Thunder Must Die, The Sinister Secret of Avalon, The Keeper of the Inner Cosmos. 20 center. Number 221. I love that cover. Thor with Hercules. Thou hast dared to challenge Hercules, and so must die. Well, he doesn't die. They team up a lot for the next, I don't know how many issues. So many. Here we have number 222. And there we go, side by side with Hercules against the war god. Most likely his name is Ares. Look at his cool loincloth. Oh, that guy stole my teeth. Battle at the Gates of Hell. Such cool art. Here's 223. Fire Sword versus Hammer. God battles God, and one must fall. Now, this is one that I believe I picked up recently because I know I got a bunch that had a stamp. And this one actually has a crease through the cover. I don't know if you could see it. It's going down here. I don't mind. And look at this poor lady. She's all shackled and I don't know if she's going to be a war prize or not. 224, another one that I absolutely loved as a kid. If an inhuman monster can crush Hercules, Prince of Power, can even a thunder god prevail against him? This is the Day of the Destroyer. And of course, the Destroyer was focused heavily in the first Thor movie. Another one, I loved these as a kid. Here we got Firelord, and we got his butt front and center. Love it. Make way, underlings. Make way for the Herald of Galactus. That dude's back is ripped. Galactus, surely then the Earth is doomed unless we too can defeat the menace called Firelord, and they're standing in his flames. And that's a pretty awesome cover. Okay, this one always kind of, I love this cover. Love it. But I'm always wondering why his legs are bare here. And I'm not sure, like, are these socks or shadows? Like, why is this blue up here and this not? And if those are socks, like, why do they go up that high? Like, why does he wear socks with boots? Why is his leg? I have so many questions about Galactus's outfit here. I don't understand why he's wearing shorts. I need your help, Thunder God. Without it, I fall, and the earth with me. Well, then, Thor, you better help. And yon shadow belongs to him who hath defeated thee. But can even Thor prevail against one who hath conquered Galactus? Look at Galactus's head is all bowed in shame for being defeated. Who stands with Galactus? Well, he's made so many enemies on Earth, and he's always trying to eat the Earth. I don't know about that. Oh, here we got another Hercules cover, side by side with Hercules and Firelord. So somehow Thor always wins over everybody and they join him. 3 against the living planet. I think I showed this one recently. This always reminds me of the Defenders when they go to the planet where all the creatures are only female. Oh, the Badoon. The female Badoon are on the planet, and of course Valkyrie goes there and she's useless because she can't fight women. Okay, here's number oh wait, I wanted to say, I don't know what's going on, but that totally looks like a Kirby face, but the rest of it doesn't look like Kirby, so I don't know what's going on in some of these. Here's number 228. Here's the cover of it. It's a little bit busy. Flee, Thor, save yourself. Our sun is going nova, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Then we shall see if even an immortal may die. Here he is. He was talking to this Egyptian blue guy. The birth and death of Ego, the living planet. The last one is interesting because I'll show you why. So I have number 229, the last one I'm going to show. God of Thunder, Night of Doom. It's a very dramatic cover. Such a cool cover. But they reprinted it in a facsimile edition. Right, so I'm going to show you the differences now. The facsimile editions, people complain about this because the DC ones, they don't add anything. They put stuff on the back. So you get the full comic the way it was, except for the size. Like the Golden Agers were bigger. But Marvel puts the barcode and this on the front. I don't find it that distracting, but I would prefer the full art without this. So I'm going to put those side by side. Sorry, it's hard to see. I don't know what you think about that. I'm just glad to have the facsimile issues, to be honest. So I'm willing to pay that price. Okay, there you go. Another Garage Geek 3-in-1. I have my DCBS order. I showed off some vintage paperbacks I got. This time they were Edgar Rice Burroughs. Then I showed off a run of Thor. And I also wanted to say that, so these Thors, there were 20 cent, 20 cent, 20 cent. And then they switched over to 25. I know later they would still put, like, still only 30 cents or still only 35 cents. But they didn't do that. They switched. They went right from 20, 20, 20, right into 25. They just upped the price. All right, I want to thank all of you for the support. Please tell me what was your favorite comic from each batch. From the first group, which comic art did you really like the most? From this group, which would be your favorite Thor cover. And then, did you particularly like any of the Edgar Rice Burroughs books that I bought? Again, I want to thank everyone for the support. Hi, baby. What do you think? Oh, you want to come over too?